George Sayuni reaching out to everyone from Tripoli Advisors for a quick payment portfolio sales tip. If you're an ISO or an agent looking to sell your payments portfolio, a very common myth is that all payment portfolios are created equal. And what I mean by that is that as a seller, an agent or an ISO, if you're out in the market and you're looking to sell some or all of your portfolio, one of the first questions you should ask, and rightly so, is how much is it worth? What's the multiple that I can receive for my payments portfolio? And oftentimes going to a broker or maybe asking some of the acquirers or other sources in the marketplace, you're going to hear multiples out there that vary anywhere from the mid-teens all the way up to the high 30x or even low 40s x on a monthly multiple for the residual. And while all that may be attainable from the low end of the spectrum to the high end of the spectrum, not all portfolios are the same. Portfolio that does $50,000 a month in residual on one from one buyer for somebody who may acquire that, they may be willing to pay 35x on that portfolio. And on a different portfolio with the same residual, that same buyer might offer 25x on that portfolio. So, what are the differences? Some of the key areas of opportunity or the things that you're going to want to look at as an agent or an ISO that's looking to sell some or all of their portfolio is some of the key metrics, right? And number one is going to be attrition. Attrition. That means how many accounts are you losing, right? So whether you're looking at the merchant mid number, how many quantity of accounts you have in total versus how many lost over a given period of time, you want to look at that. But you also want to look at the revenue, how much of net residual that goes to your pocket every month in a certain period of time is lost due to account closures for various different reasons, whatever those reasons may be. So attrition is number one, and you want to measure that, and you want to know what that number looks like and how it's trending up or down over the last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, because that's going to create a trend that you're going to be able to position in the marketplace. You're going to need to know that. Additionally, you want to know, what's the diversification in my portfolio look like? What's the makeup of my account? That's what we mean by diversification. Is it well diversified? Meaning, do I have accounts that are national all over the country? Or do I have accounts that are regional? Or are they local, specific to the city or nearby city that I work and live in, right? That makes a difference to the impact of the value of the portfolio. The further out regionally or nationally they are, the higher the multiple. The reason being it's lower risk for a buyer to have the account spread across the country if possible and where applicable. Also, when it comes to diversity, you're looking at what types of businesses, what verticals. Are they SMB, small to medium sized businesses, or are they online businesses, delivery and mobile businesses, or a combination thereof? That matters when it comes to value. Ideally, the ones that bring the most value are typically brick and mortar retail businesses, the accounts that have that makeup, and that have a good, strong processing volume per average per month. Meaning, what's the average sales per location across the portfolio? Is it 10,000 per month, 25,000 per month, 80,000 per month, right? Obviously, the higher the processing volume, the better the overall residual, but it's nice to have that processing volume diversified on an average across multiple accounts, right? What buyers are going to look for is, do the top 5 accounts or the top 25 accounts or the top 50 accounts make up the bulk of the processing volume, and then in turn, the bulk of the net residual attained to a buyer. The more concentrated the portfolio is, the higher the risk it is for a buyer, which drives down the multiple or the overall valuation, right? So you have attrition, you have diversity by geography, by industry type, by processing volume. In addition to that, The technology is another key component. What are you selling and placing for hardware and software into the marketplace? Technology, like a payments gateway, while it may be less cumbersome to sell and to activate, and it's still a strong account, is not as sticky as a terminal. And a terminal, a countertop standard analog terminal that you can tap and pay, swipe and pay, insert and pay, is not as sticky as a full POS that has a cash drawer, monitor, printer, but also has integration. The more integration, the stickier the client for things like inventory, payroll, analytics, marketing, accounting, right? So the accounts and portfolios that have more POS sold and entrenched with their merchants also bring a higher valuation. So what I would encourage everybody for a tip is, number one, if you're looking to sell your portfolio or just even understand what the value is of your portfolio today, just for good measure, so you know where you're at, or in the future, if you're looking to sell down the road, number one, get familiar with the makeup of your portfolio. You could reach out to groups like ourselves here at Tripoli Advisors, where we would give you a free consultation and we would underwrite and put a valuation on your portfolio based on what current market ask and demand is in the marketplace. We're happy to do that at no cost for any of you if you're looking for a valuation on your portfolio. And FYI, we're a direct buyer as well. So if you're ever looking to sell some or all of your portfolio, we're happy to make an offer on the opportunity should that be the case. But as a ISO or an agent, it is good diligence, just a good best practice from time to time, quarterly, biannually, or even at the very least annually, to measure your portfolio on the key performance indicators from the entire portfolio makeup to know where you stand. What are the positive trends? What are the areas of opportunity? And how can you best prepare, if you're going to go to market, that portfolio for sale? Because there are things that you can do with proper instruction and guidance and awareness that will increase the value of your portfolio. And a good best practice for all, number one, is knowing where you stand, having awareness on what the current value is and what the opportunities are to improve that value. But number two, to prepare 3 months, 6 months, even 12 months ahead of time for a sale that you may want to bring your portfolio to marketplace in the near future. That way you can optimize your portfolio. If you need help with valuations or preparing for sale or have any questions at all, feel free to reach out for no strings attached conversation at tripoliadvisors.com or find us on LinkedIn. Looking forward to all of you or reaching out and speaking with all of you here soon. Thanks a lot and have a great day.